Here are 4 reasons why I started really focusing on a lot of real estate projects in my portfolio. Now, in my portfolio currently, I'm investing into many different types of real estate, and this includes multifamily real estate, this includes single family homes, rentals, Airbnbs, and basically everything in between. I wanted to try every single type of real estate investing in order to find something that really makes me good cash flow and provides stability for my portfolio. So there are actually 4 reasons that I found that I actually really like real estate. Although it wasn't my first choice when I was first starting out, I wanted to make a ton of cash flow, even if it was really risky. And I did that, but then I realized that I wanted to stabilize my portfolio using real estate. The 4 reasons, of course, the first one is stability. I believe that real estate provides a very unique type of stability for our portfolios, which many different types of assets do not provide. Now, unless you're dealing with a physical asset or something that is quote unquote real, like real estate, it's very difficult to have this type of stability. So you could have something that maybe isn't as necessary as a home. Like for example, people are always gonna live in houses. They're not just gonna be homeless. Everybody is not gonna opt to be homeless. But if you have something that's a little bit more optional, maybe like a car, for example, a physical asset could be a car. Now, unless it's a very unique car or something that's in really high demand, at the end of the day, people can live without cars, and they did for many years. And I believe that it's less stable of an asset or less real than real estate. So real estate has provided a ton of stability for my portfolio. It really holds your net worth up at a certain level for the most part, and you do have some fluctuations here and there, and I've actually seen some really sharp increases in the value of my real estate. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those assets that's stable and provides a unique sense of stability for the cash flow as well, because you want your real estate to not only just be held and hopefully appreciate. Sometimes you're gonna wanna flip these properties, sometimes you're gonna remodel them, sometimes they're gonna just appreciate on their own, sometimes they're gonna cash flow for you, and ideally every single one of your real estate projects is gonna cash flow for you, but it's a different type of cash flow than other parts of your portfolio, and therefore it provides a unique type of stability that is just really hard to beat. There's not many assets that are as stable as real estate, and even if the market fluctuates, real estate is typically not super volatile, so it's not jumping around. However, I will say that real estate can fluctuate wildly, and if you're not expecting it, well, in that case, you could put yourself in a position where you're gonna have to hold that real estate until it goes back up in value. And just to dovetail off of that, most people who hold real estate for an extended period of time, they will see some sort of appreciation, right? And even if there is some sort of dip, I believe that in most cases, the market will recover and continue going up, unless there are some sort of unique circumstances surrounding that market or that area where maybe people just moved away from it and they don't really want to move back. Now, the second reason that I'm investing into real estate is that it provides cash flow for me. And we already talked about cash flow just a little bit, but it's really important to have that aspect in your investments, because if you're just investing into all these things and you're simply building equity, that doesn't really help you be a full-time investor. So the only way that you can survive as a full-time investor is if you have cash flow. You have to have some sort of streams of income that are providing food for you and your family, they're providing shelter, they're taking care of you. And so real estate can be that vehicle, and it can provide that cash flow for you as an investor to allow you to live an investor's lifestyle. You want to be a cash flowpreneur, but you need cash flow for that. So if you want to make money like that, you have to strategically buy real estate that's going to cash flow for you. There are many different types of real estate that cash flow. Of course, long-term rentals, short-term rentals, Airbnbs, multifamily real estate, all these different things. That's typically where I look personally to find cash flow for my portfolio. And although it's not as high as some other investments, it is still cash flow. And again, going back to point 1, it's stable cash flow. And if you position yourself correctly and you're going to be in a property that's in high demand and cash flowing well, you're in a really great spot as an investor. And the third reason that I love investing into real estate is because of the various tax incentives that you can get from it. So if you're buying real estate, I would consult with your tax professional and find out if maybe you can get a write-off on it, or maybe you can reduce your tax liability by investing into real estate and accelerating depreciation. Many times people who are investing into real estate are able to consult with their tax professional and find ways that they can use that real estate to reduce their tax liability. So I definitely recommend if you're buying real estate, consult with a tax professional and find out if that real estate is going to benefit you, because in some cases it will, some cases it may not. So you have to be strategic about that as well. But one of the biggest things that I wanted to bring up in this specific reason is that many people who are buying real estate, they don't want to pay that tax bill, right? So instead of selling it, they simply refinance. And so they take a loan out against their portfolio of real estate. So in that case, they're not having to pay the taxes on that sale because they didn't sell it. They kept it. They're still holding on to it, but they just refinanced. So you can't pay tax on a loan. That's not taxable income. So they're taking a loan out against the real estate and they're using that loan to do whatever they want. And so of course, if they have tenants in there, they're probably cash flowing. So they're paying that loan back using tenants' money, but at the same time, they're enjoying all that cash that they just got. So it's a loan, it's not taxable, and that's how many millionaires and billionaires are able to get tax-free income, because they're leveraging the tax loopholes, if you will, in real estate. So many tax incentives. So make sure you're approaching this strategically and leveraging any tax incentives that you may be able to take advantage of. And finally, the fourth reason that I'm heavily investing into real estate is because of the scalability of it. It is so easy to scale a real estate portfolio, especially after you start building a track record with the bank. After they start seeing that you have all these different projects and you have all this real estate and you're paying on it and you've never missed a payment, they're going to start trusting you and they're going to start giving you more and more access to loans and credit and mortgages that you can use to buy houses, to buy multifamily real estate. And one of the cool parts about it is that a lot of times they're financing the deal. So if you're buying multifamily real estate, they're not financing you. You could have a credit score of like 300, 400. But they're still gonna finance you if the deal is good. So that's the cool part about it. It's very scalable. Now, of course, you're still gonna have to come up with the down payment. Don't get me wrong. But once you found the money for the down payment, and you could syndicate it, by the way, once you found that capital, you're able to get access to this deal and get the bank to finance you for this project based on the deal. All they care about is the deal. They don't care about you. They don't care about anything else. They care about the deal and the cash flow that's produced from the deal. So you could be scaling to hundreds and thousands of units in multifamily real estate that are cash flowing for you. That means literally entire buildings and apartment complexes and just different projects that you can invest in and that are cash flowing for you. And the scalability on it is unlike anything that I've ever seen. There are different things that you can scale, but I think that real estate is one of the easiest ones to scale, especially once you start paying some of them off and some of them start appreciating in value. You can start refinancing and continuing to scale. So you hold on to the first one, refinance, take that cash, buy another one. Then you do the same thing again and again and again. And so it's just very, very scalable, and it's something that a lot of people are doing to create massive, massive wealth. All right, guys, those are the 4 reasons that I am currently buying real estate, and I personally have had a good experience with it so far. And as I continue to scale my portfolio, I'm always finding new ways that I can continue scaling faster and more efficiently and creating more cash flow for my portfolio. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.